All right, we're in a 9-player in the afternoon session. There's a $2 tournament that's about third full. We'll wait on that one, just hang out. Was okay with earlier. I didn't like the second place, but you know, can I take first on all of them, even at a dollar table? No. Did I play well? Yeah. Jamming King 3 suited? Well, got to take a stand somewhere. Let me see if my laundry finished. Does not appear to have finished completely. Did some clerical earlier, got some stuff ready to mail. I've got game tomorrow with some friends doing a role playing game, kind of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I'm still learning my character, rolling d20, figuring all this stuff out as a 44-year-old is really interesting. When I talk to my friends about it, they're like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for 30 years," and I'm like, "Oh, that's why I'm confused." Because they've been doing it for so long, they know exactly what's going on at any given moment. I'm still learning as I go. Aha, laundry did finish. There we go. Would somebody have limped ace jack? Would they be on a flush draw? If you had 2 and a 4, may have called that. Not exceedingly fancy, but they kept wanting to call, and I was confident enough to keep betting. My guess is they've got a pair of sixes or a pair of nines. King queen or ace queen. I'm sorry, king queen or ace king could crack me. I think it's better to let this go. There are two people after me. No, but they had it. And let me run that real quick because I didn't think they had aces. Somebody bet, they flatted. There we go. Yeah. I thought the bet was abrupt, noticeable. Now, the other side of it is, did they jam because they didn't want a bunch of callers cracking them with a weaker king? Like maybe if I had drawn a jack and then I would have had two pair. Is that the way why they played it that way? And my suspicion is that's likely. They let it go. I was actually surprised by that. They limped in, and then I just made a standard bet. Messing around with screens. Student is trying to schedule a private consult, so I'm handling that. Fold, 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 fold. Go away. Run. Fold, fold, fold. Go, go. So we were right back where we started, the $2.27 player. We had 10 people, 2 dropped out, we had 8. Now we have 10 again. We're still waiting. I had a Lex video roll through my Facebook feed. I wanted to watch real quick, so I paused. There's nothing going on at this table. Nothing overly exciting. I am, in fact, back. Remain calm. Remain calm. Mm, I'm gonna flat. Don't know what's going on here. I mean, just a standard raise. It just didn't hit. I'm gonna flat here one more time. And that might be a scare card for them. I mean, they did bet. And I feel like they could have this. I could easily lose, but yeah. I just didn't know what they had, and they were betting like they had hit maybe the board. I hate losing that way, but I mean, do I fold every time I've got a weak ace to the standard bet? Need to double up. I'm large enough to take a dent out of somebody. I did not put them on the ace based on their betting. Interesting. So huge stack. I've only got to get one more. I've got to double up. The blinds are coming by fast. I've got to put pressure on these other stacks to even make the money. The big stack may, be super aggressive and push everybody out. And this is plenty strong enough for a jam. Wasn't super happy about that. Um, no real specific draws. I don't have anything left. It would be hoping that I would draw to a straight or a 10. I don't think that's worth it. I'd conserve the rest to go ahead and jam. This is plenty strong enough if it folds to me. Yeah. It's time to be a holy terror at this table. Jam, jam, jam until I dub up. Let's see here. What do we got? And we're going all in because that's what we're doing. Because we're gonna crack somebody upside the head. They likely can have this, but I gotta double up. They could have anything. Still gotta double up. I'm doing okay. Not super excited about offsuit. 17 to 27 on the other tournament. And big stack, there we go. Now we're talking. Because I'd love to see somebody bubble out just so I can make the money. That ace eight hurt, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have played it different. That's a hard call to make, I did bump into somebody's bet, but No, it's just not strong enough. Um, yeah, I hate being in this position, being short stacked, but we just got to pick a hand and jam in. That's plenty good enough if it folds to me. If they got involved, I would probably let it go, but now if I double up one time, now I'm in a position to really do some damage. And if they let go, that's fine. Not strong enough. Here's me on the big screen, oh yeah, and then me back on the little screen with my not playing my 10-4 offsuit. Somebody's sitting out. Uh-oh. No, they are not. They are limping in because they all want to go to battle. There's nothing here. Can't do anything with that. If I wanted to make a hero's call, I could, but even that's better, and I'm still not playing it. If I can double up once, I can take more of a dent out of them. Plenty strong enough. If they fold, yeah. For my hand, that's a pretty good flop. Not excited about the flush draw. Two pair, but they could have any heart. That sucks. I wonder if they have no hearts. Interesting. And I'm still all in. I just got to pick a hand, jam on somebody. they're going to get pretty testy here fast if I don't go out. This makes things much more challenging when the stack sizes are about level. The big stack, of course, can just take more risks. I almost misclicked. I was like, no, please, God, not 3-7 suited. Not interested, not good enough. Need to double up again. This is the edges. If I had like Jack 10 suited, maybe. I'll flat this. No idea what they could be betting with. Queens, kings, or aces. I'm willing to bubble here. I think they may have it, but I had Jack high. What do you do? Now, let's double up again. Doing okay. We can likely make it. One of the other stacks can bubble. The big stack hopefully will keep putting pressure. Looks like our 27 player just started. I'll go ahead and get that loaded. There we go. And we will resize. See if we can get that right. There we go. And let's see here. I didn't watch the betting to be able to figure out what's going on. I'm not even sure if he had the winning hand or he just got the other guy to fold. I'm hoping the sixes hold. Yep. We made the money. Now let's see if we can take somebody out. Queen 2. No. 3, 5 suited. No. Yeah, I like number 5. He's got some pushback. He took a dive to my jacks earlier, but he's not taking a lot of crap from number 9 there. Can you get limp in and let me crack you to jack again? Ooh, a 2 times the big blind. There's a intimidation factor. Now, would this have been good? Yes, but a 2? Come on now. Not interested. Other table, you had queen 7. Not excited to go out here, but I think until I've got a little bit more chips, there's just not much except jamming. Even with this, would I bet? King 9 is rough there. This is an all in again. It doesn't matter. I very rarely show cards. I think this is enough for a jam. If they want to call and I lose, it happens. This is that thing where, okay, I've made the money. I've not made a lot, but I would almost prefer to be aggressive and jam a lot to try to pick up chips so I can get a higher placing than just be blinded away and take, you know. I'm willing to lose earlier, making little to risk getting, first place. Interesting. I don't need to let it go. This is all in. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have aces. Doesn't matter. That would be a call. Oh, come on now. Now, what do you do, guys? Because there ain't no defense for that. The guy doesn't want to let it go, and he's got ace 2. What am I supposed to do about that? That's what I mean about the situations. Like, there's no defense for that. It was already all in. See if I can get another 9 player. I think I can handle that while I'm at that table. Would have been a nice hand. Luck to take third. Man, that ace two, that's just shit. I mean, three-handed, I understand why the guy played it that way, but man, that just sucks. I mean, I'm not going to fold ace jack. There's no. Three-handed? No way. Not at that table. It is time for a fizzy water. And here is a fizzy water that I completely destroyed last night. I don't know if you can see the cap and top there and how bent it is. I will bet, and I'll see if I can open this without making a complete mess. And it's sort of opened. Let me see if I can pry this with something. There we go. It did maintain its carbonation, however dented. I will bet if you got AK or higher or something, you want to take my whole stack, feel free. I don't assume you have the ace. There's only one more in the deck. And again, man, that was rough. Ace two. What a just horrible. Sucky, sucky. Let's see here. Let me close, close, close. And now there we go. Moving stuff around so I can see easily. $0.70 is what I made going out in third. And it's one of these things, like it feels like so small time to be, well, we don't bubble at this dollar tournament, but each little win, it doesn't matter. Each little win is another buy-in. It means that when I finally hit a $12 win, it substantially builds my bankroll. I'm still waiting until I get to 200. I'll tell you what I'm at right now, so you know. I'm at 148 right now. I'm waiting till I get to 200 to go to the $5 tables. I need enough buy-ins to be able to play that level confidently. I don't suspect that the players are going to be radically less volatile or more skilled than what I'm running into now. But I need more of a bankroll to be able to cushion the variance that I'm going to see. They bet the pot. They added to the value. I'm gonna flat this in the hopes that I could draw an 8. I also had a slightly bigger stack than both of them, so if number 4 had not called, I may have let that go. I don't know if now, if it's a, I've only got one shot. No, they're playing back. I'm gonna let it go. I was really hoping I could draw that 8, but it's only like a 1 in 10 shot of drawing the gut. I'm hoping to get this set up so I can. I was thinking about it, and I think I may stream on Twitch and then save the video to my hard drive in addition. People are just more amenable to following on Twitch and hanging out, so I think that's a good way of using this video footage. Right now, I'm just recording and then uploading later. Now, at this table, how do you defend against a guy who's going to jam his whole stack in with a pair of 4s? And why? Okay, I mean, you do pick up, some chips, but king would have made it, but I mean, do I want to call king jack? Like, he could have aces. And we have another table here. Let me see if I can, there we go. Get it loaded up and going to resize a bit. There we go. No. And also, this is a 3 table tournament right here where this guy jammed all in. Um, I'm going to be here a little bit longer, and I have to use that pattern recognition from him. The next time he does something like that, do I think he has anything better than a pair of 4s? I mean, king jack offsuit. Yeah, it's fine for a call on the button. The guy wants to jam out of position with 4s. I mean, even the final table where the guy's got ace 2, I understand that way more. It's like we're only 3-handed. He's trying to get me to fold, but I've got ace jack. I'm not folding 3-handed. It doesn't matter. I could know you have aces, and I would probably still call. Kings. It's a monster hand, three-handed. This is a good drawing hand. Because there was no crazy betting. And also 1280 is involved, which is this guy right here. This was a total air ball. It resulted in nothing from my hand. And he chooses to jam with a 4 on the river. Getting a good draw. If it hits right. Need to double up. Still some decent draws on that. Let me go back here. I would just check. Man, it just doesn't, it just hits around my hand, just nothing connects. No, I'm not calling that. I was hoping something would hit, but it just didn't. Uh, Even if I would have hit, what is the 2 worth? I don't love this, but I need to do something. I didn't feel like jamming that in first position. Could get a lucky flop and double up here. Uh, I'm just gonna check. They're likely gonna bet out. It's the flop I do not want. I mean, I bet they called. They could have anything. Am I going to try to draw to a 10, which is about, 1 in 10 that I would draw it anyway. Now, we're definitely within push fold territory. That's not strong enough. I can't play cards I don't have. I can't make a board hold up. Not strong enough. If it folds around to me, that's good enough for a jam. And that is life. Not much I'm going to argue with about there. I was going to fold my Jack 10 with that small stack. Some other guy could beat me with ace 2. I can beat him with Jack 10. Sucks to go out like that, but does happen. And we'll finish up this 9-player and take a break till this evening, probably. In fact, let's run the stats real quick. I do this sometimes to analyze hands. So the guy had, let's say, ace 10 offsuit. I had Jack 10 offsuit. Yeah, he's 70% of the time he's going to win. 70%. 70 to 30. I wanted to check that and see what the numbers looked like. But well, let's make it even more fun. Let's go back to hand analysis of ace 2 offsuit to ace jack. Oh, 70% of the time I'm going to win, but it did not, because sometimes a guy breaks the odds. It's easier as I play more tournaments and win more that I don't get I mean, I do get frustrated, but I don't get overly frustrated. Checker fold, checker fold. When this is over, I may go take a walk so I can just move around outside, get a little sun. Spent a lot of time during COVID cooped up in the house. Poker's been nice because it gives me something to mentally focus on other than work. But I employ the same mental ferocity to the game as I do body work over the years. I'm dealing with education at the moment primarily as a revenue stream, and man, I'm just a very hard working individual, extremely tenacious. Kid's got alligator blood, can't get rid of him. This is one of those things I'm doing better at playing slightly more aggressively, but it's like, oh no, you can't raise an early position with a pair of aces. You could run into ace jack, and if I fold every ace 10 suited I get, I just feel like, you know, what do you have? Um, 1/3 I'll call here. The problem is they could have just a loose jack. The only card would be like the ace at the river. And even that, does the guy have a five? Probably not likely, but did I want to sit and try to draw on that if the guy had a jack? Probably not. Now, I am probably going to call this a little over 3 times. First position. Gave me a little more value with the button getting involved. I no longer like this hand at all, but it's just on the texture of the flop. And yeah, any kind of, yeah, we're not going any further. That ace 10, again, in that situation, the guy bet third of the pot, you know, very speculative bet, but I just didn't feel. There's 3 more aces in the deck. What are my odds of drawing that ace? And then, I mean, he could have had a 5. It's possible. I probably would not believe him. But, but, yeah. A lot of patience. Sitting at the table, biding your time, waiting for the right situation. The concern is going to be potential for a full house if I was involved. Now there's a flush draw. And even if I had played it, now what? The small stack doubled it. And I still had another draw. Good play, bad play, eh. An ace hits, it's going in. Not too bad. I did not expect to win that, by the way. I figured they must actually have had, really good hands. I did not expect to win that. Jack 6 offsuit and Jack 10 suited. Well, it is what it is. Got a better stack now. I will check it. I will pray for a 4. I'll call once. See if we had a 4. I'll flat here if they'll let me. Not interested. Not interested. Uh, Flat again. Doing a lot more limping with a variety of hands. Now I'm a little more confused about two times the big blinds. Not that I think it's a bad idea, just like knowing when to do it. I have absolutely nothing, and I'm going to take a break. And we're back. Skipped over a few hands there as a bathroom break, but nothing too bad, I'm sure. My fizzy is now gone. Do I want another fizzy water? Yes, yes, I do. I shall go to the fizzy. This time I shall have plain, not a dented watermelon. Sometimes it works out. Let's see what's up with my camera here. Am I having trouble? Is it focusing? You can see my hand? Blurry. There it goes. Had to refocus. So yeah, I think after this, take a walk, um, take a break till this evening, read over my character for tomorrow. Need to do a little bit of research on my character stats for the role-playing game tomorrow with friends. Really interested to do that again. It's a little more fun each time I do it because there's more variability. It is cold outside. I took those contrast baths with Josh last night, and I told him I've had a hard time acclimating to winter. The winter has been unseasonably warm here in Austin. So last winter I was cracking ice on the swimming pool and getting in. It was okay, but feels super, super cold. My body just has not adjusted to winter this year. It's a good draw for my hand. Just nothing hit. I hate giving it to them, but it just, you know, what do I do? I find some of those situations, uh, I get confused as to what my course of action should be. If I don't hit anything, I find it very hard to bet back with any strength. But that sort of passive play, I bleed a lot of chips because of it. This is one of those where, part of me wants to flat this, but I feel like it responds better as a bet. The limp doesn't display any strength. If I got a jam from number 3, that was what I was thinking about too. I would call that. Number 7 is likely to get out of the way unless they've got something they think is marginal enough. And that's a hand you want to see a flop with, but I also would prefer somebody jam, queens or higher against me. So I go, oh, okay, I think I'm beat here. Good luck all in. And number 3 is interesting because they've got enough to take a dent out of somebody. They're going to be hesitant to call with that stack size. My hope was either that or a jack would fall. If they hadn't hit, I thought maybe the 10 might be a scare card, something I would check down, but bet after the flop. I'm not going to call a standard bet with this. If he had called, I'd be a little bit more confused. Would have preferred to have taken it, but I figured they must have had something that connected. I didn't think it was beating what I had, but what did they have anyway? Yeah, just an 8 and a 6. Excuse me. I don't like having bottom pair. I'm just gonna check here. I literally, not literally, I very much do not like the turn. Um, I think if somebody had a 10, they might have bet this. I don't think my 8 is gonna hold up. I think this is easier just to let go. I don't like that outcome, but if they would jam, I'm gonna have a questionable situation. I think the 7 is strong enough. If they had a king, they just had a king. I think likely with their stack size, they would have jammed that in or bet. Could be wrong. 300 on. I'm gonna flat this. I don't like it, but it's marginal. They didn't have much of a stack left. I'm more concerned about the big blind betting back into that. The ace at the turn is ugly. I think it's more likely because of their position that they actually have hearts. I think this is a marginal situation. I don't want to go for half a pot bet on that. I don't think that's a good idea with that flush draw there. It's judging situations, and from the big blind, I think ace or kings is unlikely, but certainly could have had a couple hearts. Let's see where we're at now. Top stack, but not by much. Be nice to make the money on this one. First place. It's been a while. Or I say it's been a while. Did I take one yesterday? I think I took at least one. It's too infrequent for my tastes. I'm not gonna call it shove, but I really wanted to see a flop. I wanted to see if I could catch a third five. I was going to bet this if it folded to me. The limp and late position is more concerning. I'm probably going to flat this. If the big blind pushes back, I'm likely going to be hesitant, yeah, to do much of anything. I think that's more of a semi bluff, especially against number 7 there. But do I want to call 600 chips to try to draw with a suited king? It's a good bet on their end, but how aggressive do I want to be? I wanted to play this again, but I don't like the 2 times the big blind. I don't know what's going on. They don't have the 8, they're bluffing the 8. I was completely happy with my hand, but I don't know what the fucking guy had. It sucked having the ace, but the stack to my left is also likely to bet out. Um, their play makes me a little more anxious. I think they're a little better after the flop than I am. The kicker just sucks. Even if I hit a 10, there's so many other 10 hands that somebody would limp with. Two times the big blind, 3 hands, all spades on board. That's a good solid min bet right there. Establishes dominance at this table. The button might have it. I doubt the twos were a pivotal part of this betting process, but I could be wrong. Seven and four have to do something really soon. They're going to get blinded away. Number 8 is going to start leaning on people. They're a little more aggressive, a little better after the flop. Number 2's main MO is jamming all in, which in this case, it looked like it worked. Ouch. Though, I mean, he did tell you he had it. 8 and 2 concern me. Let's see what the other stacks do. And that, how do I say that sucked? I mean, it worked out for me, but I was very nervous. My blood pressure probably just shot through the roof on that. That's a really funky situation to be in. We did make the money. We can likely get heads up with number 2 there. That's probably going to be a decent battle if it does happen. If they jam, I'm likely going to flat this. Queen, and I do not get it. Didn't like their call, but based on their response, like I didn't assume they had it. They might have had like a small pair, a middle pair of nines, pair of eights. I'll flat this. Doesn't matter what you've got now. See how this goes. They may be hard heads up. Maybe because sometimes some people develop like they're good with a lot of players, but heads up, they seem softer to me for some reason. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Heads up play is also the most volatile, like the biggest shifts. Excuse me. They jammed here, I would call. Yeah. And not too bad. We took a first. Doesn't happen all the time. It's been great hanging out with you guys for the afternoon session. I'll probably be back this evening. You guys have fun. Thanks for tuning in.